You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
You are watching the leaders in full immersion gaming, and this is the pregame show only on the NBL Network.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the NBL Live pregame show, brought to you each and every week by our graphics sponsor, Web3KS.com. Our friend Albinus over at Web3KS.com is doing a great deal. If you or anyone you know needs graphics done for an affordable price, hit them up. Let them know NBL sent you. He'll give you a 15% discount. A great job by Albinus for all the graphics here on the NBL Network. We certainly appreciate all the work that he does. Web3KS.com, they're the leaders in affordable graphic design. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, folks. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the Commish Bomber. Bomber, we've got an unbelievable matchup here between two division rivals fighting for that top spot in the AFC South. It's the Jaguars and the Titans. These two teams play each other twice in the final 4 weeks of the season. This is only the beginning, Bomber, and I think this is going to be a really heated and chippy game in Tennessee.
Yeah, you're talking about a division that has been dominated by the Tennessee Titans, but they're currently looking up at the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you would have told me this 2 seasons ago, I would have laughed at you and said, no way this can happen. I was thinking Colts might be on the rise, heck, maybe even the Texans, but no way the Jacksonville Jaguars would be 9-2 in NBL Season 30. And I would have been wrong because right now they're 9-2. Titans are 8-3. We're in for a great a great evening today on NBL Live. Broadcast number 195. See, I'm getting confused with the times. I just did BTF.
Yeah.
I was close to the afternoon, I guess, Central Time. I know it's
pretty
not
much
the
afternoon. Now,
yeah,
we're
it felt like
evening now, though, unless you're in Hawaii.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Happy afternoon to our friends in Hawaii. Big shout out to Expert from Dynasty in the chat here. If you're over watching on our YouTube channel, come on over to the Twitch, twitch.tv/NBL Network. The chat is rolling now. And so a big shout out to Expert and Dynasty, one of the good friends here in the CFM community. Before we talk about the game we have at hand, let's talk about that BTF Detroit Lions. That was live today. It is over on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Madden Bomber League. Bomber, you and Hop live once again, talking about how, well, it says here on the graphic, you don't lose.
Yeah, 12-0 right now, the Detroit Lions. Go ahead and check out Building the Franchise Detroit Lions over on our YouTube channel. You're going to find our library over there. Pretty much everything that's played live here on Twitch is going to be on YouTube, but also our exclusive stuff on YouTube is going to be the NBL-driven content, the shows, highly debatable. Just got off the air when you saw Sonny and OSU duking it out and debating. But, yeah, I want to say go check that out. We're 12-0, and we had a game-winning I don't know if I'd call it a miracle just yet. I mean, the guy got a blocked field goal and scored against me. That's a 10-point swing. So we kind of countered a miracle that happened earlier. We responded at the end of the game for the final score, and we came away with a big victory. But that highlight is actually on the show and the broadcast. You want to check that out. Head on over to youtube.com/Madden Bomber League. But we definitely appreciate those who tuned in. I think we had about 25 to 30 viewers throughout the show. And the challenge was very hard. It took about 40 minutes.
And again, make sure you tune into that show live, folks. All of our live programming, if you haven't checked out either Highly Debatable, BTF, Commissioner Corners, we always do these shows live. It's a lot more fun to be a part of the show. So be sure to check them out live. We post those times on our Twitter at Bomber League. But if you missed BTF, go check it out over on the YouTube channel. Let's take a look at the player to watch for today's game between the Titans and the Jaguars, broadcast number 195. And it's the guy who didn't play in the Week 17 game, their last matchup. That was for the division last season, Season 29. Leonard Fournette, they benched him in order to keep him healthy for the playoffs. Didn't turn out to work too well for the Jacksonville Jaguars, who ended up losing in the first round on an unbelievable Wildcat play by the New England Patriots. He is playing today, though, looking to put the Jaguars in control of the division. They're up a game on the Titans. He's having another nice year, 5.4 per carry, 6 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns, 5.4 per carry. Fournette is the engine that runs this team, Bomber. We saw this team without Fournette last year in Week 17. It's just a different animal when the big guy is in the game. He gets them the tough yards. He really opens up the passing game.
Yeah, you're talking 6 foot, 228 pounds, Leonard Fournette from LSU. I mean, this This guy can do it all. 4 years into the NBL, he was an early first-round pick. We all know that. But without him in the lineup, this team looks like a completely different ball club. Not to mention Week 17 last season, they were out without Daniel Shirley, their superstar quarterback, who they named the savior of the franchise. If you follow Building the Franchise, Jacksonville Jaguars, excuse me. This franchise is going to be a ground and pound. The wheels on the bus go ground and pound, and then everything else, Daniel Shirley, if he can just manage the game and make all the throws like we know he can, going to be a tough out tonight for the Tennessee Titans. But I want to just have a little bit of a rebuttal against your assertion that resting Leonard Fournette in Week 17 was, you're kind of implying it was a bad thing. I mean, let's just really put it into perspective. A wildcat play in a game that probably should have gone, to overtime? It was a tie game at the time, right?
Yeah.
It should have went to overtime, and it looked like Jacksonville had a lot of the momentum. If they would have came away with that win, we would have said, man, resting Fournette wasn't such a bad idea, but it just doesn't happen. Miracle plays happen, and the New England Patriots walk away with that win. But right now, we're forgetting all about that because right now the Jacksonville Jaguars are 9-2. They're atop their division, and they're actually fighting to be atop the AFC.
Here's the, again, and we'll get to our predictions in just a moment, folks. Here's the biggest reason I have a criticism for that play, okay? And this is it. Right there, the Jacksonville Jaguars had an opportunity to win the division, okay? On the 365.maddenbarmley.com page, there's a column for division titles. There's not a column for wild card wins. There's not a column for wild card appearances. There's not a column for almost victories. You have to go for the division titles when you have a chance. It's a big deal to be able to put up that division banner, and the fact that you sit Leonard Fournette just says, I don't really care about division titles. The Jaguars weren't making it past the second round anyways. You got to go for the division title. That's why I'm critical of it.
Well, we are working on, and for those wondering, we are working on a way to document almost wins. We just haven't figured out the formula yet, but it is something coming in the near future because, I mean, everybody almost wins, and it's got to mean something at some point, especially when you're not winning very much like the Jacksonville Jaguars haven't done. So I understand. If you're a Jaguar fan, you're a little upset. You know, you're wondering why Week 17, we didn't go out there and just win the division like we wanted to do. That was the goal at the beginning of the year, that we decided the playoffs was okay to play on the road. Home field advantage is big in the playoffs. I think they missed the opportunity there. But, man, it says a lot about the glass body of Leonard Fournette. They just didn't trust him Week 17, and I would think that they know their player just a little bit better than me. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a pass on this one.
No way to give him a pass. It's not happening because at the end of the day, 10 years down the road, if they have that division title, you can put that in the column and go, hey, I remember when that happened. No one cares about a wild card loss, okay? It's just another forgotten season. But they have another opportunity to win that division, and it'll go today. It's huge because they're up a game on the Titans. To go up 2 games with only a couple weeks to play, including one more matchup with the Titans, it would be huge. Get your predictions in the chat. Already see a couple people predicting. Banana saying 33-14 Titans. Bomber, who do you like in this one? Leonard Fournette, Daniel Shirley, both healthy, both playing. Something the Jaguars haven't been able to say for a while. They are going up against the Titans and Marcus Mariota. Somebody has said has a little bit of a pick machine, has a little propensity to turn the ball over. Will he be able to keep it in the Titans' hands and lead them to victory?
Yeah, I think Marcus Mariota securing the ball is going to be essential for a victory tonight in Tennessee. But one thing I always look at is who's playing at home. Okay, the Titans are at home. Who has the most to lose if they lose this game? That's also the Titans. So I'm going with the Tennessee Titans tonight. I think these two teams are pretty evenly matched, but I think the Titans are just playing for a little bit more right now. I know Jacksonville's thinking, no, we wanted the division last year. We didn't get it. We're definitely going to take it this year, and they're playing for this level of pride, this level of being doubted. And the AFC champion has been repeatedly the Tennessee Titans, the Tennessee Titans, the Tennessee Titans. I think tonight we go with the Tennessee Titans. Now, if we have this game on NBL Live in a couple weeks, they play again.
Week 16.
I might be saying Jacksonville Jaguars because the Jaguars are going to be at home for that game.
I'm just saying the Titans sitting there at 8-3 right now. They still have a possibility to finish the season 2-3 and get to their usual 10-6. The 10-6 Titans still alive. There's only one way to find this out, folks. We got to send this out to the game. We have a little bit of a video to show prior to that intro, a little bit of a teaser as to what's coming up on the NBL Network. Some exciting news you saw during BTF, Detroit Lions, but coming up after a couple videos, we have a battle in the AFC South. Week 13 action, Jaguars and Titans, a huge battle in the division to determine who will win this one, and it's coming up in just a moment right here on NBL Live.
check down pass intercepted. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. You know it. You know it is though. What's next on 3? 1, 2, 3.
My name is Rex Dixon.
Craig Stein.
Clint from EA Sports.
You're watching NBL.
You're watching the NBL Network. And you're watching the MBLN Network.
Empty backfield for Atkins. He's been dropping back to pass here on 4th down. He's looking deep over the middle. He has a man. It's Brandon Cooks who catches it, makes a man miss.
Oh, that's
Woodard is
touchdown.
dropping back. He's got open over the middle. It's
Wow. That big playmaker ability as he finds him again.
Into the end zone. Another touchdown. MBL Live broadcast number 195. It is some divisional matchup. It is a matchup that I think goes beyond divisional matchup. It is a battle for the top of the division. The Jaguars leading that AFC South at 9-2, taking on the 8-3 Tennessee Titans. Right there is your playoff picture. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty here on MBL Live and here in the MBL. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the Commish Bomber. Big shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Again, please continue to let us know how the mics sound. Got a new mic here on my side, so we're still playing around with that one. Bomber, huge matchup. This is an absolutely huge matchup. The Titans, with a win today, tie up the division going into the last couple weeks, whereas the Jaguars, a win today puts them 2 games up, and a lot of people would say may put that division out of reach with not a lot of time left. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm upset right now. I just got banned from the Twitch chat right now from using too many emojis.
You gotta settle down on those emojis. You gotta
How
settle
many
down.
can I use? What is the max here? I'm trying to get to the
I
max.
believe the max
more.
is 4. I want to say it's 4. 3 or 4.
Well, I got away with 5 right there if I use the NBL one.
I don't know, man. I got nothing.
There's a formula here, guys. We can break this thing.
Nightbot is
I just saw somebody use NBL. Look, an isolated use it 7 times.
Clearly, it's because, you know why? It's because he's a mod. You're not a mod.
So okay. Absolutely. So you just stripped my power. I didn't. In any 100%. Possible position, it can be done. I'm being stripped here. No, but this is going to be a great game tonight. Excited to see what these teams can do as it's already begun. And here we go. Tennessee Titans got the ball on offense as they pick up a first down.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota started out this game. Now, here's the question for you, Bomber, because both these teams have quarterbacks. I mean, Mariota, we know is good. Surely we know is good. But they both have the propensity to turn the ball over when they start forcing the ball. So how is it important for both these teams to stick to the run game early and establish that?
It's very important. When you have a quarterback that's turning the ball over like Marcus Mariota, you want to come out I formation like they're doing and try to get the run game established.
Mariota dropping back to pass, looking deep down the middle of the field, and it's caught in front of the safety and taken down at the 24-yard line. A dangerous throw from Marcus Mariota. It looked like the safety had an opportunity to jump that one, but a great play on the outside, undercutting the safety by Corey Davis. His first catch of the day, and it's a first down for the Titans.
Yeah, you know, you look at this team, and you can see why he throws interceptions. It looked like a cover 2. It actually rolled into a cover 3, and he ended up just throwing the cover 2 post beater. Got lucky there.
Oh, and he has a man open. Mariota puts it on the money. A shoestring tackle the 1-yard line, but Mariota has come out firing. Bomber 3 for 3 to start this game, and that is huge for the Titans' passing attack.
You know, if a team thinks you're going to come out and ground and pound and run the ball, if you come out 3 plays in a row and nothing but play action, you kind of fool the defense a little bit, and that's exactly what the Titans are doing, and I absolutely love it right now. I love the aggression from Marcus Mariota and this offensive play calling so far in this game.
I formation, Marcus Mariota under center. He's got 2 wide receivers out there, 1 tight end. Only 1 yard out from an early lead here at home. That would be huge for the Titans as a man comes in motion to the left side. It's going to be a handoff on 1st and goal. Fighting forward and into the end zone. Drive those legs, big fella. The Titans on 5 plays get to the house, and a huge job by this Tennessee Titans offense to get it rolling, get some confidence, and make the Jacksonville Jaguars defense start second-guessing themselves. 7-0 Titans.
Yeah, 1 minute and 37 seconds into this game. It's already 7-0 the Tennessee Titans, so the offense is looking good. I mean, they could have engaged 9, engaged 10, engaged 11, engaged 11 plus the coach. It wouldn't have mattered there. It just looked like the will of the halfback overpowered the defense as a big hit on special teams. They get down to the 25-yard line. Let's see if Jacksonville, led by this Daniel Shirley arm, can respond to this 7-0 deficit.
Yeah, and that halfback was Bryant Vance, the rookie out of Virginia Tech. He has been getting the bulk of the carries as we've gotten down towards the last couple of weeks. Derrick Henry falling out of favor. Last week against the Indianapolis Colts, he had 13 carries for 122 yards, but no touchdowns. Didn't find the end zone, but he finds it there. A speed back, 95 speed, 91 excel, showing off the strength on that goal line run. Now 1st and 10, as they're going to get the Titans with a little bit of jump, and that is not something we are. It's something we're pretty accustomed to seeing. We know that Sonny likes to talk about the aggressive pass rush, Bomber, but says, "Oh, I never run it." Well, they got caught running it there.
It's obviously a ploy, and in the NFC we have a running joke about the AFC. We say it means the aggressive football conference because they like to leave it on, so we just fake hike them until they jump off sides, and that's what the Jacksonville Jaguars do. Both of these teams, you're going to see it on and off a lot throughout this game.
Big shout out to Loaded Lunatic. His 2nd month of subscribing here to the MBL Network. Again, hit that subscribe button so you can be a part of all the giveaways we have, especially during the playoffs. We give away a ton of stuff here on the network. All the money we get from our subs, from the cheering, it all goes back into giveaways. So the more people that subscribe, the better the prizes, frankly. That's what it comes down to. So big shout out to Loaded Lunatic with the 2nd month of subscribing. Now a 2nd and 2. For the Jacksonville Jaguars, as Leonard Fournette brought that up 3 yards on the play. Let's see if they can respond to that early quick touchdown by the Titans here on the road. As Daniel Shirley comes out under center, Fournette at halfback, 2 wide receivers, Robinson out to the left, Lee out to the right, 1 tight end, that is Eric Ebron on the right side of that formation. It's Mariota dropping back it is Shirley dropping back, looking over the middle of the field. That one was well covered the entire way. He saw man coverage, thought he could split it, but Allen Robinson just never got the separation.
And my gosh, I mean, Daniel Shirley, this is the 3rd season he's been in the NBL. The drag is wide open. You see the user controlling the post into other safeties. Get off your first read. It's okay. Come off your first read, hit the underneath, pick up the 1st down. If you stall out right now, it's completely on the decision-making of Daniel Shirley.
3rd and 2 now for Shirley and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I formation. Fournette at the top of that I, 2 wide receivers once again. Lee coming in motion from the right side, and they're going to give it to Leonard Fournette over the left side, and the Titans defensive line was ready with a big tackle over there. That was Jones coming up with the play, a loss of 1 on the play, and the Jaguars get conservative. They give it to their guy who's usually good in short yardage situation. Bomber, that just seemed like one of the moments where the Tennessee Titans won the battle up front and knew what was coming.
You know, what happens when you have a great halfback who's great in short yardage situations is when you become predictable, it really just does not matter. And that's what happened right there. They know the ball's going to go to Leonard Fournette, and it's not like they can't stack the box and send to everybody. And that's what the defense was looking at. You just have to be better if you're Jacksonville. Play calling on offense has to improve, or this team's going to be consistently one and done and just beat the teams that they should beat. They'll never do anything impressive.
Mariota comes out under center, 7-0 the score. It's a handoff to Vance over the right side. He's got some room, good blocking up front. Now fight forward to the 29-yard line. Vance, again, 95 speed, 91 excel, known more as a speed back, but his first couple carries here, Bomber, he's showing off that leg strength, able to fight forward for another 1st down.
Yeah, nice run right there. I mean, offensive drive that was perpetuated by play action on the 1st drive. They're now coming back and ground and pound. The wheels on the bus go ground and pound, and that's what we're going to see with the Tennessee Titans right now.
Mariota under center, Vance at halfback. 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, fullback. Now going to step back and make it an I formation for the Titans, who scored early in 5 plays. Rollout for Mariota over the left side, looking for the tight end, and it is complete down to the 42-yard line. 4 for 4 to start this game. And how much concern, Bomber, do you have here, Jacksonville? You haven't been able to stop the Titans at all, and now with your offense struggling on their 1st drive, Tennessee could be looking at a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, Scruggs had 3 catches, 25 yards, no touchdowns last week against the Indianapolis Colts, but they're starting to use them just a little bit more. They're trying to simplify the offense for Mariota to keep those interceptions down. A lot of slide concepts coming.
Post route over the middle, and it is an incomplete pass. The safety able to come over and put a big hit. A little skinny post in that cover 6. I think he thought it was a cover 2. It wasn't a bad read by Mariota, but a tough play to make. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, just another head-scratching defensive play calling for the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you're just going to run a cover 2 high, even though it's cover 6, they're playing it like a cover 2, you might as well just run a cover 2 zone and just have less holes because the middle's going to be open either way on the cover 6.
Yeah, now 2nd and 10 for Mariota and the Titans. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 over to the right. Man coming in motion as Mariota drops back to pass once again, and he looks underneath. It is complete down to the 46-yard line, but not a whole lot there. 4 yards on the play, now a 3rd and 6. For the Titans offense, and a big opportunity here, Bomber, for the Jaguars to get a little momentum back on their defense and get a stop and get the ball back to the offense.
Yeah, here we go. Can the Jacksonville Jaguars come up with a big play? 3rd and 6. You know the Titans aren't afraid to run it here. Let's see what they do.
Shotgun formation for Mariota. Coming in motion. Looks like they're trying to set up the screen to the outside. It is complete. The blocking is good, and Davis gets the first down. A little bit of that bubble screen action to Corey Davis, one of the fast wide receivers here on the Titans. And the blocking was great on the outside by Montgomery to open up that hole and get him a first down.
Yeah, no movement from the user right there. He just stays inside the box, head scratching. I don't understand it. 3rd and 6, the run up the middle wasn't going to beat you.
Well, you know it's going to be a handoff on this one, and it is to Vance right up the middle. Vance, look at him shake off the defensive tackle and fight to the 42-yard line. 4 yards on the play. He got 4 yards. I still hate that play call, Bomber. You just ran the orbit bubble screen on the last play. You know if they're running that motion again, he can't run the bubble screen, as you can only call each play once here in the NBL. So it was very predictable. They still found a way to get 4 yards, though.
Well, it's all about tempo with the Titans. They had it on their board early this week. Tempo against this Jacksonville defense. They're staying within the same set, and they're trying to get their plays out here quickly. As you see, again, another dual halfback set. And
Mariota set up another screen, this time to Vance on the outside, who gets up to the 32-yard line, 10 yards on the play. 7-8, 105 for Marcus Mariota. They're making him make the real easy read right now. Back-to-back short screens for Marcus Mariota, and that's where they like Vance, Bomber, on the outside, able to use his speed.
Yeah, absolutely. Uses speed. The rookie's got the quickness. They really liked him when they drafted him. You see posts over the middle, slide concepts, shallow crosses, and screenplay so far from Marcus Mariota. Really simple concept and route tree for the kid, and now he's going to take off.
He's got some room, too, in the man coverage. Look at him cut to the left side. He's got the first down and more. Up past the 15 to the 14-yard line. 18 yards on the play. And so far, seems like the Jacksonville Jaguars defense is left guessing the entire time. No matter what they put out there, the Titans are beating it.
What you're seeing is just an old veteran ball club that's just more experienced in play calling, in what should be done in situational football, and you just see a lost Jacksonville team that really doesn't look like a 9-2 team right now, as they're getting beat right now by these Tennessee Titans.
And then a mistake on the defensive line is going to be encroachment, give them a free 5 yards inside the 10-yard line. To the 9 again. Let's reset where we are, folks. The Jacksonville Jaguars currently a 1-game lead here in Week 13. They're at 9-2. The Titans at 8-3, but a win today by the Titans would tie up the division. They have one more matchup later in the season. It's a hand up to Vance. It's a little counter play. He gets near the goal line. He's not going to get in, but give him 8.5 yards on the play. Look at Vance go. Boy, Derek they've got a new star here in Tennessee.
Yeah, you know this team likes to run the ball, and you're going to come out and nickel double A gap when you're going to pull 2 guys off the line and just essentially leave your defensive line, outmatched. And that's what's happening right now for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And it looks like they're setting up a little handoff right up the middle. If you thought it was going to be the wide receiver quick, so did I, but instead they hand it to Vance, and he gets his 2nd touchdown of the day. And the Tennessee Titans have stormed out to a 13-0 lead here at home. The offense can do no wrong right now, as Jacksonville's got to be concerned, as they've given up 14 points in the first quarter and haven't stopped the Titans on any plays, really, Bomber. They are looking like they're in trouble here on the road.
Yeah, the Titans have had 2 possessions. The Jacksonville Jaguars have had 1. Titans are 2 for 2. And the Jaguars, if they just continue to have robotic, simplistic play calling that's pretty obvious, and then they don't hit the underneath routes, they're going to be in big trouble today. This could be a blowout really early on NBL Live broadcast number 195.
Brock returns it to the 28-yard line, and now, Bomber, you don't like to say about key drives in the first quarter, but with 10 seconds left in the first, they're down 14-0. The way the Jaguars defense is playing, this has got to be a huge drive for the offense to get some points.
Yeah, you need a score. You need something, especially not only just because of the score, but just to keep your defense off the field for a little bit and give them some rest, because this team has essentially been on the field the entire first quarter.
First and 10, as Shirley drops back to pass on first down. Looking. He looks to the flat to Fournette, and it is taken down at the 27-yard line. Loss of 1 on the play, and that's going to take us to the second quarter. Your score right now, 14-0. The Titans have stormed out here at home. The crowd is rocking, Bomber. And the Jacksonville Jaguars have got to be looking around, wondering what has hit them early in this game. This team has rolled this season, only 2 losses on the year, but this does not look like a 2-loss team on the field right now.
Yeah, it's an internal clock going off for Daniel Shirley. He had a lot more time. Let some of these deeper downfield routes develop. He's not allowing it to happen right there. He went away from his first read way too quickly and went underneath to the halfback.
As Shirley drops back on 2nd and 11. Floats it out to the right side. It is caught by Anua over there to the 36-yard line. Give him, looks like 9 on the play. Going to bring him a 3rd and 2. I'm sorry, I'm having a stroke over here because there's an Anua on the defensive line for the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, it seems like Anunuas are everywhere in this game.
That one's Darren. That one was Quincy. Okay, good. I thought I was losing my mind over here. Carry on, 3rd and 2 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the left, 1 over to the right side, and Ebron on the line. As Shirley dropping back to pass, he has Ebron on the seam. He had him all sorts of open,
oh my gosh,
and instead throws it in between 2 defenders. It's going to be 4th and 2, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, Bomber, but I can hear you, I think, ripping up the diploma from your teachings to him in 40 days.
You know, when you invest this much time into somebody and they just revert back to their old ways. What did we put Ebron on the streak for if you weren't ever going to look at him? I'm confused. Do you put people on hot routes for any reason other than, okay, maybe to hold the defense at some time? But, I mean, what would be a goal for Ebron? To bust a cover 2, I would assume.
Right.
You read cover 2 pre-snap. You saw cover 2 post-snap, but you decided, yeah, let's go to a shallow post over here and throw it to the meat of the defense. Not a good read for Daniel Shirley. I have a lot of questions about this kid. This is a kid who he played, what, half a season? He's played a season and a half of healthy football, and then this season. I just think that people are starting to get a little tape of this guy and realizing his deficiencies real quick. As a bad throw
bad pass!
Marcus Mariota.
A.J. Boye with the pick on the right side, and boy, Bomber, if there's something that can pick a team up when the offense isn't rolling, it's a turnover, a bad pass into traffic. Boye with the pick, and Jacksonville, they're on the 38-yard line. They're already in scoring position. Can Daniel Shirley mess this up?
Likely, but what a great defensive play. You call cover 1, you throw a corner out, and your defender just makes a play and picks him. I mean, that was just great defense right there. And a nice
great
juke
cut,
move
and the juke move.
Look
at Fournette move. He's known as a big bruiser, but he's got the agility, Bomber, shaking and baking his way to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, he was trying to get outside that entire play. He just didn't get his body out. If he would have got outside about 2 to 3 steps prior to that tackle, he's to the house. And we're talking 14-7 right now. But great run by Fournette. This is the energy they need. Let's see if they can continue to build some momentum here on this drive.
And they're setting up the PAFK quick right now. Press coverage on the outside by the Titans. Lee coming in motion. Now, 1st and 10, there's that play action. Great block by Fournette, but no one is open, and Shirley, okay, that is absolutely a throwaway, and it is one of my biggest complaints about this Madden game, because that's happened to me a couple times. If you click throwaway, why doesn't he just throw it to the side? He's outside the pocket, just throw it to the sidelines. It's like the game goes, you have to throw it near a receiver, so he does that back foot throw that makes me terrified every time I see it happen.
Yeah, obviously visually not stimulating at any point, but at least it's really quick. I mean, that's the longest 35. He throws it away with the speed as if he was throwing it to the same sideline. I give you that. But another cover 2 zone, and you have 2 streaks running down the left and right side. I mean, come on, Daniel Shirley. Where you're trying to beat the cover 2 zone, you're trying to go up the middle and split it. You run play action FK quick. You got both tight ends running goes, and you don't even look anywhere, and you end up having to throw the ball away. I think they come away with 3 on this drive. If they're lucky, you know, if they don't get blocked.
Well, which is weird because we saw that first play from scrimmage for Shirley against the cover 3. He had the drag wide open. Instead, he pushed it downfield. It seems like he's all backwards. When the drag is open, he's not throwing it to it. And then when the drag is not open against the cover 2, the streaks are open. He's trying to throw it to the drag. It's all over the place. It's now a 3rd and 8 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Shotgun formation for Daniel Shirley. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. As Lee coming in motion from the right side, Shirley dropping back to pass on 3rd and 8. Rolling, waiting, lobbing. That's a bad throw. That's a pick, and it's going the other way. And Shirley's down as the big fella. Shirley gets up and makes the tackle. Well, the answer to the question, could Daniel Shirley mess up the great field position, was absolutely yes. That throw had no business being made, and nonetheless, he made the easy interception for the Tennessee Titans. They get no points in the drive.
Yeah, I just don't like anything about that. I mean, it just seemed like Daniel Shirley should have ran. And when he should have ran, he realized he should have ran, and he stopped moving and decided, I'm going to let this guy catch up on me, and hopefully the defense bails him out.
Look at the Wildcat formation. The Jaguars having PTSD as Vance takes the snap, runs over to the left side, and only gets 2 yards on the play. So that's a win for the Jaguars, folks. Send them home. The game's over.
Wildcat formation, Wildcat play defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars last season in the playoffs. Yes, somehow this team made the playoffs. It's just as head-scratchy to me now as it was then, but the New England Patriots beat them on a Wildcat play at the end of the game, at the end of regulation, in a tie game that should have went to overtime. It was about an 80-yard run. What was it? It was pretty crazy.
75 yards as Roby, the big tackle on the outside on Vance. As Simpkins, the right end, will not return for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Another 3rd and 6, another opportunity for Jacksonville to get off the field. But, Bomber, I almost feel like the Jacksonville's best chance to score right now is to keep the defense on the field, because the way Daniel Shirley's seeing the field, it looks like Ray Charles out there.
I mean, I think Ray Charles has, I don't
know. Probably got a little more. I apologize, Mr. Charles. You know,
I don't want to put him in that box.
Charles, big fan of the NBL Network, as they handed it to Derrick Henry.
And look at that run. Look at that play call. So 3rd and 6. This might be a turning of the tides here. They don't really trust Marcus Mariota. He's coming off an interception. They're just a little shaky, but they really, really trust Daniel Shirley on offense. The Tennessee Titans, that is. We'll just run the ball here and we'll punt it to him.
I really hate Mark. What are these teams' records? Jags 9-2, Titans 8-3. Yes, this Jaguars team with Daniel Shirley throwing like he has 9 wins on the season as Brock trying to get something on the outside. Nice open field tackle at the 16-yard line, and Brock stays down, and that's going to be a big loss for the Jaguars because they love the former Bradley Brock. Ow, that hurts to say. My tongue hurts. As the Jacksonville Jaguars have the ball on the 16-yard line. They had the ball at the 38. Bomber only had to go 38 yards to the end zone. Couldn't do it. Now they got to go 84.
Yeah, imagine if they did come away with 3, at least. It'd be 14-3 here, 3 minutes left in a second. We'd be saying, there's an opportunity here in a window for the Jaguars, as they would have got points on the last one, but now they come out in a run, pick up nothing again, and Boye, is he gone?
Yeah, he's down, dislocated wrist, will not return to the game.
That's a big loss, as he had a pick earlier in this game. Defense is, I think, for Jacksonville's, had a bad first drive. It seems to be settling in, getting a little bit tighter. But, man, I'm really, really unsure right now about this Jacksonville Jaguar offense.
And now 2nd and 13 for the Jaguars. Pistol formation for Daniel Shirley. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 over to the left. Eric Ebron on the right side of that formation as well. 2nd and 13. Dropping back to pass is Daniel Shirley. Good block, and he finds the open receiver in the middle. That is Quincy Enunwa up to the 28-yard line, giving 15 yards on the play. And Daniel Shirley finally found a way to make the right read more than 4 yards in front of his face. He finds Enunwa on the slant route, and he gets a first down, and maybe that settles down young Daniel Shirley.
And here's my question to Shirley. Okay, on the far left side, you had Allen Robinson one-on-one with the corner. The corner was way inside. He looked like he was going to cornerback blitz, and you did nothing to attempt to say, if he did do that, here, let me put Robinson on this route.
It is frustrating to watch as Brock will be fine, so no worries there, but continues to be frustrating to watch here for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but their defense has kept them in the game. 14-0 your score as we near the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Broadcast number 195 of NBL Live. Bomber, we're almost at number 200. We're going to be reaching that during the playoffs here of NBL Live.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. 200 broadcasts. That's quite a feat. I mean, if you include the rookie drafts, we're well over 200 shows produced. So there's a lot of good things happening right now in the NBA.
Deep shot down the left side, looking for Enunwa, but good coverage on the outside. And it just feels like this is a chuck and pray game right now for Daniel Shirley. There's not a whole lot of reads being made. It's just throw it up and hope for the best. And as somebody who has had to play that game every once in a while, Bomber, I know you guys are 12-0. You don't have to do it too often. But in Oakland, we played that game every once in a while. It rarely goes well.
Well, I mean, the risk just outweighs the reward most of the time. It really doesn't make sense to have that as the engine of your offense. But right now, cover one, I mean, he could have took off running there, but he didn't. So here we go, 3rd and 10. Let's see if Daniel Shirley can pick this up.
I don't like this play. 3rd and 10. Only 3 routes, but the safety pressing up. No help over the top. Shirley changing the play. I don't know what Shirley is seeing, but on 3rd down, it's a play-action pass looking over the middle of the field, trying to find Allen Robinson in between 15 people, and A-Rob can't make the catch. They're going to be forced to punt it as Ritzy Ent just subscribed over on our YouTube channel. Appreciate the sub, Ritzy. 4th and 10. Jaguars will be forced to punt it away again. The offense going nowhere fast.
Yeah, so on that play, you have a streak on the right side, a crossing route on the left. Nobody was open at the beginning, but you had no pressure. Daniel Shirley can hold on to the ball and then try to playmaker something if he didn't like what he saw, but instead he tries to squeeze it in there and use the arm. You know, I noticed this with quarterbacks that have a strong arm. They just tend to rely on the strength of their arm too much, and it takes a while to develop the maturation in the mind to say, hey, you know, I don't have to drive the ball, you know, into that kind of coverage. I mean, this is Daniel Shirley. He has 97 throw power. Drafted 3 seasons ago, University of Wisconsin, #1 overall pick. He's just relying too much on his arm strength and not what's between the ears.
Now 2:13 to go. Titans good field position on the 41-yard line. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Marcus Mariota. It's a handoff right up the middle to Vance, and great job by the offensive line opening up a hole for Vance to get up to the 47-yard line. 8 carries, 40 yards for Vance as he crosses midfield to the 47-yard line. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. The Jaguars are in trouble, folks. If you're a Jags fan, as Brawler in the chat saying there's a lot of time left. Absolutely, we've seen things happen, but the way the Jaguars are playing right now, Bomber, I don't think they could win many games in the NBL if they keep playing like this.
Yeah, I don't at all. I think that's an understatement. This is a team that just won a game by throwing a pick to the 49ers. They caught the ball, and then they hit them and they fumbled, or they dove on the ground and they fumbled. So
the worst break in the history of Madden.
And the Four Verts podcast Twitter account ended up tweeting that this is probably the worst beat in NBL history, in Madden history of this season. And so you look, this team is 9-2, but if you really went back and looked at their games, they could probably easily be a 500 team right now. They just had a lot of breaks go their way.
Now 2nd and 12 for Mariota and the Titans. 3 wide receivers once again. Play action pass. Mariota dropping back, sitting in the pocket, looking. Lots of time. Rolls out to the left side. He's got some room out there. Looks like he's going to take off, and he's going to be near the first down marker. I don't know if he got that ball across. He's going to be short by a yard, and Mariota's kind of got to know that, but nonetheless, able to turn something into nothing, something that Daniel Shirley hasn't done today. Mariota's doing a nice job using his legs.
How if you're the user linebacker, how do you lose that angle? How does he get over around you when you're 10 yards in front of him? I mean, it's just simple sports angles. I mean, if you played a lick of any kind of sport, you would know that you don't take that kind of pursuit on a quarterback when he has the edge. Just bad usering right there by the Jacksonville Jaguars. It might have cost them turnovering on downs here for the Tennessee Titans offense.
3rd and 1, they're taking a deep shot, but a bad throw into coverage, and Wilcox with a pick. What were they thinking? 3rd and 1, they take a bomb over the top into double coverage. It turns into a pick, and the Jaguars continue. I think they've got a little bit of that Z-Star Leprechaun luck this year as they still in this game, and they have an opportunity to put points on the board before the half.
And so the Titans got this game to start. If Jacksonville comes down and scores, which seems nearly impossible at this point, but let's say they muster a touchdown, we're talking 14-7, and they get the ball back in the second half. We got ourselves a game here, ladies and gentlemen, just because both teams have not been able, the Titans haven't been able to extend this lead, and the Jacksonville Jaguars have done everything to be down at least 30 by this point.
I would also like to point out both these teams are on Sonny Weaver's portfolio on the highly debatable stock exchange, so I think
the Jaguars?
He picked them both. He's hedging his bet. I don't know if I pick any of these teams, but anywho, there's still a lot of time left. 2nd and 6. 2 wide receivers to the left side. Now Fournette splitting out wide right. Empty backfield for Daniel Shirley as he drops back past 3-man rush from the Titans. As Shirley rolling out, looks like he's trying to playmaker, and it was a bad playmaker. But Allen Robinson makes the catch at the 44-yard line. It was well covered, but A-Rob, the AR-15, making a huge catch on the sidelines, bailing out Daniel Shirley.
And if I'm Allen Robinson, I'll say, hey, man, when I ran that drag and I was sitting there right in front of you, I know I wasn't past the first down marker, but if I would have just turned around and took a step, I was. Why didn't you just pass it to me then? Why did we have to go through all the theatrics right now? Very questionable and suspect play there for the Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback, Daniel Shirley.
6 for 14, 49 yards and an interception. Not good, folks. For you fans of football, maybe tuning in for the first time, having never seen a game before, that's not a stat line you're looking for. But the Jaguars still in this team because their defense has forced 2 turnovers. Now with 24 seconds to go, they have all 3 timeouts. And it's going to be Daniel Shirley dropping back to pass once again. Looks over to the left side. It's if it weren't for another really bad
usering, but bad actually at the point of the catch.
Yeah.
He did enough for me to say don't throw it over there, but he threw it anyways, and then he wasn't ready to finish the play off. So I think Eric G's in the chat right now saying call a timeout to Jacksonville because they just let like 20 seconds go off the clock on the previous play. Very poor execution as
and another
Titans
double
obviously
jump.
have aggressive. Yeah.
Let's just say this, Bomber. There's been a lot of talk in the NBL sphere. People talk about guys who just sit on the defensive line. These are two players that maybe should be on the defensive line a little more because the usury has been a little suspect in the secondary from both these guys. But the Jaguars, 1st and 5, 19 seconds ago, they have 2 timeouts. It is Shirley dropping back to pass on 1st down. He's going to look underneath to Eric Ebron. He makes the right read, and then the Titans just don't make a tackle. They do keep Ebron from really pushing it upfield, but they get a 1st down, and Ebron's able to get out of bounds and save those 2 timeouts.
I'm going to ask anybody in the chat if they were watching what I was watching. That seam on the right side,
yeah,
he could have zipped it in there with a little lead pass to the inside. Yep. I think he's at the 15, between the 10 and the 15 right now, as opposed to being on the 25.
1st and 10. And another interception as it's going the other way, back to the 35-yard line. Another opportunity by the wayside, given up by the arm of Daniel Shirley. Tennessee bound to go into halftime with a 14-0 lead, 16 seconds to go. And Daniel Shirley looking real bad out there, Bomber. This is not some quality football we're seeing from these 2 offenses. Oh, the monster formation.
Decision. Here we go. This is a big opportunity here. He doesn't have enough guys in the box.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
The Wildcat all over again.
Oh, no. Vance has a room. Will Wilcox get there?
Oh,
no, touchdown, Vance.
And this team is just big runs at the end. Why would you run cover 3 Mabel? Why would you run a play that shifts your entire defense to one side of the field at the end of a game, at the end of the half, when you know that he's most likely either A, running the ball, or B, looking to get vertically down the field? It doesn't make sense why you'd run a flood-stopping zone coverage in that situation. I don't think it just makes no sense. And you're going to consistently get beat on plays like that if you call defenses like he's been calling.
Oh, my God. Oh, 21-0 your score. Oh, the Bob Rosses are going wild in the chat. Andrew Linhart saying should have called timeout when he saw the monster. You gotta base.
Are you trying to save the timeouts? Don't they roll over, or is that just his Verizon?
Calm down, Donovan McNabb, in your double overtime. It doesn't happen. You don't save the timeouts. There's no double overtime. 1st and 10 for the Jaguars, who are frankly getting embarrassed right now. 21-0. Bomber, as Fournette gets nothing there. This score could easily be in the 35-42-0 range if it weren't for some questionable decision-making by Marcus Mariota.
Easily. 30, 40. It could happen, but the Tennessee Titans are just that inept, and they're going to find a way to keep this team in the game, and that bodes well for the Jags still having a chance to win this division, as these teams are going to meet again, and I'm still going with Jacksonville to win, even though he thought about it.
He almost.
Oh, is he down?
I didn't see.
That's Daniel Shirley.
It's not Shirley. So, I don't know if that's good news or bad news for the Jaguars if it wasn't Shirley down, because the way Shirley's been playing.
Oh, it would 100% been good news. He's looked
absolutely
pretty bad.
Well, let's see if he can make the read here on Skinny Post, the easiest read in the game. 3rd and 10. Yeah, maybe they should just keep the defense on the field, folks. The Jaguars, look, here's all I'm saying. BTF Jacksonville Jaguars over on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/MaddenBomberLeague. I don't know if there are going to be too many highlights from this game. I think Unice is going to want to forget this one because they're getting walloped right now, and it's got to really ding their confidence to win this division. This is a division they could have been in control of. I mean, seriously, this Titans team was not playing well earlier in the season. The Jaguars stormed to a 9-2 record, but the way they're playing right now, got bailed out last week against the Falcons. They're getting really slapped right now by the Tennessee Titans, but I don't have faith in this Jaguars team to win many more games, let alone win the division.
It's going to be schedule permitting for this team right now. Jacksonville is definitely a team that is suspect right now, especially after that San Francisco 49ers game. The ending to that, really questionable. It's a dangerous throw there for Marcus Mariota. But the upcoming schedule for the Jaguars, it might leave you a little happier than you think. They only have to play the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Houston Texans, and the Titans, and the Rams again. All teams with winning records.
All above 500.
This team is doomed. They might not win another game.
If this is the team that comes out, there are many teams in the NBL they could beat with this team, but 5:13 left. There's still a lot of times the handoff to the Vance on the outside. Well, this is no good as Vance is on the outside with speed and gets up to the 44-yard line. 11 carries, 128 yards for Vance, and 3 touchdowns. The Titans have done exactly what their game plan was, Bomber. Don't let Mariota beat you. Even though he's thrown 2 interceptions, it's been Vance able to take control with the ground game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's getting to the edge because you're running a 3-4 and you're dropping 3 of your 4 linebackers into coverage. I mean, this is just very, very bad play calling against an obviously aggressive outside running team. And Vance, the rookie, 12 rushes, 136 yards, and 2 touchdowns already in this game. This is a guy they were very high on when they drafted him. They know they're moving away from Derrick Henry. And Vance on the year, only 84 attempts, 432 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Pretty good season, so far for a guy drafted in the 5th round.
A lot of people in the chat commenting on this atrocity of a game as, where's he going? Did anybody see that? Did anybody, if you're watching, I'm watching back to Twitch, he breaks the coverage on the outside and then just keeps running. I'm starting to think.
The idiot probably has conservative tackling, pass rush on.
I'm starting to think maybe
he's just
Kean is
containing.
controlling it. I'm thinking Kean is controlling it.
Yeah, because look at his guys. He's got conservative on, so he's just containing the quarterback from running as opposed to blitzing him. Down 21-0. It makes sense, I guess.
Peterman with the tackle on Vance,
that was
slamming him down.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure. We'll see when he goes back here. Let's see if he has it on. Yeah, he had it on conservative, right?
I'm looking back on the Twitch.
I think so. He just changed it right now, whatever he changed.
Nope, it's balanced. He changed option defense. Why was he? Okay, whatever. Anywho, it's a lot.
I don't know.
Of
I never have
now.
messed with that. That's. I don't think he's ran one option play yet, so I don't know how that would even come into play. Well, I guess it could just make your DNs just run straight down the field like that. I've never touched.
He was gone. I mean, that DN was gone. He was 30 yards down the field. He wasn't containing anybody except for the popcorn vendor up in section 121. 3rd and 7 now for the Titans. Jaguars needing, I think, Jesus at this point. A miracle. The Angels in the end zone, that could help them. A stop at least. At least a stop. A field goal puts the Titans up 4 scores with 3:33 to go here. Quick screen to the outside. Ramsey jumped the route, but decided instead of picking it just to tackle, I think that was Davis on the outside. Nope, Montgomery. And 4th and 9 field goal from the left hash mark, 27-yard attempt for the Tennessee Titans. Go up 24-0, and it is up and good. The Titans all over the Jacksonville Jaguars right now. And at this point, Bomber, I would actually advocate for sitting Leonard Fournette. You don't want to see him get hurt in this blowout. Yeah,
definitely not. This is a guy that you're going to need to carry you through these next 4 games. As we said earlier, you have Texans, Titans, Rams, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, you have a very, very tough finish to this schedule. I can only imagine that loss to the San Francisco 49ers that they kind of weaseled their way out of at the end.
Yeah.
That probably could have eliminated them from playoff contention. So that might be a game we look back and go, man, he barely made the playoffs. Imagine if that Niners game wouldn't have had that fluke ending. This team might not have made it. But I also want to go back to that wide receiver screen. Bad throw by Mariota, bad decision. But the usering on the Jacksonville Jaguars could have easily ran down there and made a play as they try to run Wildcat here to no avail. He could have made a play, but he just continued to back up.
Looking at the Titans' schedule down the stretch, they do have a game against the Dolphins, then the Browns, the Jaguars, and the Jets. So a little bit of an easier path for the Tennessee Titans. But the Jacksonville Jaguars got to find something offensively right now. 2nd and 13, Daniel Shirley dropping back to pass on 2nd down, steps to the left, takes off. It's going to be taken down at the 26-yard line, 4 yards on the play. It seems like right now the key to beating the Jacksonville Jaguars, Barma, is running a cover 3 because Shirley appears to have no idea what routes to throw against the cover 3 defense.
Yeah, he's just staring at the post the entire time on that route. When he saw the safeties pre-snap, he should have known, probably need an audible out of this play or give myself something underneath. Or some kind of crossing route in which I could beat a cover 3. Instead, he keeps it the same, and he ends up getting nothing. So bad decision-making overall for Daniel Shirley this game. I'm grading him at an F so far, and he's working his way lower than that.
Well, they hand the ball off to Brenton Fisher on 3rd down. He gets 7 yards, which is going to bring up a 4th and 3. Jaguars going to punt this one away. I think they're just giving up on this game and trying to get out of here without any more injuries as Norman out to punt the ball away. Bomber, this is one of those games. The question I ask is... the Jaguars have looked absolutely horrible, for sure. So how impressive is this win for the Titans? Have they done just enough to win, or are we looking at a team that, even with the Jaguars playing bad, as this punt return is still going, 40, 45, 50, get to midfield. How impressive is the win for the Titans, or is this pretty much they just took candy from a baby and were able to stand in there and get the win?
Well, I mean, I'll ask you. I mean, did Mariota make any throws today, or did he make any plays today where you were going, now that's a playoff-type throw from Marcus Mariota? It seemed like the same old stuff here. A couple play action, posts, a lot of posts. That's pretty much what we've seen from Mariota, sprinkled in with the some wide receiver screens and the corner routes. Nothing really too impressive.
I should have had the option defense still there. Oh, no! He should have had it!
Conservative, buddy.
For the option defense for the first time in the history of this Madden comes into play.
That's a Mariota I like, though. I think that's a weapon they need to exploit a little bit more. That was a perfect opportune time to call it. But maybe he's watching the broadcast and looking at what he changes it on, which would be pretty unfair.
I say unfair. I would call it, if there's an adjective to describe that, Weaver-tastic is how I would throw it out there. Old Sunnell's always looking for every advantage. Who knows, though? It could be a coincidence. 2nd and 1 for the Tennessee Titans. Pistol formation for Mariota. He's going to hand off to the fullback. Give the big fella a carry. He gets the first down as Watkins gets to the 25-yard line. Titans primed to score once again. While we're here in the third quarter, folks, I want to give a big shout-out to our graphic sponsor, Web3ks.com. Again, if anybody needs graphics done, custom graphics, really high-quality custom graphics, mention MBL sent you. You'll get 15% off of your order. Big shout-out to all business over at Web3ks.com. They are the leaders in affordable graphic design. On first 10, Mariota's going to throw this over to the left side. He had a bunch of receivers open. He finds the tight end up to the 6-yard line. The Jaguars' offense isn't doing well. The defense isn't doing well. Special teams just gave up a 51-yard punt return. Just forget this one, Bomber. I know you don't, it doesn't happen to you a whole lot, but what do you do after games like this? What do you say in the locker room? What do you do next week?
Well, I did have a really bad game not too long ago when I had Kaya starting at quarterback versus the Minnesota Vikings, and it went south really quickly. You just try to forget about games like this and just come out and say, okay, here's what he did versus me. Forget about what you did, because obviously that didn't work. But here's what he did. Here's what he had success on. And likely when you're playing a division opponent, they're going to try to continue that success. So what can I do to stop that? How can I improve my team? And what kind of play calling can I do? Because right now, that was a weird screen.
Didn't like that at all. Wow, that was ugly. That cross screen got caught up in the backfield. Well, here's the thing I was just thinking about. If you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, here's the one positive you take away from this. This is, I think, probably the worst game I've seen the Jaguars play since they were a 3-win team. As Mariota rolls out to the right side, we're going to get taken down nice. Hey, there's an angle right there. You see it?
No, but he's still way too aggressive on a south approach. He's literally, the fact that Mariota got tackled while he was on behind him somehow is my biggest concern. How can you not stay in front of him and tackle him while he's in front of you? How did you let him get past you? Even though he made the tackle a much better angle than before, but still, I just don't understand the whole south approach as if the line of the sideline isn't 5 yards from where he's standing. Just questionable at that point, but I mean, that's the least of their worries right now, as bad as they've been on both sides of the ball. Actually, on all three facets, they just gave up a big special teams that essentially put them in field goal range after one big play. So the Jacksonville Jaguars need to end this game with a score. I need to see some kind of score to get some kind of momentum. You have no excuse. You have a first overall drafted quarterback. You have two elite wide receivers. You got an elite cornerback group. Your defense is good. Your linebackers are fast. I mean, there's no excuses to be down 27-0 after you've played so well throughout the season and you're 9-2.
One high safety. Let's see if Daniel Shirley can make the right read here as he's in the pistol. Play action pass, rolls to the left side, man coverage downfield, and he finds Eric Ebron on the crossing route. Good throw there. Injury on the play, didn't see who that was. But here's what I was going to say, Bomber. This is, if you're looking at positive for the Jaguars, you have to play the Titans once again. You have tape on the Titans now. You know you're going to be coming back home. You know the Titans. I mean, this is a team they play twice a year, so they know them already. But you've seen the defense they run. You know you're going to have to plan for a cover 3 heavy defense. You know what you're planning for offensively. The Titans don't really have usable game tape from this film because this was so bad. Yep. You can't expect the Jaguars to do that again.
And that was the point I was going to interject when you started talking about tape. I was going to say the benefit to the Jaguars is they can't use anything from this game because nothing nothing is going to be positive to take with them to the next game, but they can use the tendencies for the offense and the play calling for the Tennessee Titans against them.
Second
and if they do this run, it's okay. This is going to be a bad run. Watch.
Counterplay to the outside. Fournette able to get the first down there to the 40-yard line. Him 4 yards.
I just don't understand why you counter. Why would you want this long developing run when you need a yard and you have a bruiser back like Leonard Fournette and run downhill? Why you'd make him have to counter in a situation you know that they're sending the heat on? It just doesn't really add up to me. You gained a couple yards on there, yes. You got good blocking, but it just seems not like the best run there.
I don't like this play. Okay, he's setting a new one on the seam. There he is, and there we go. I mean, that one was more couldn't really hold the defense that long on that Tampa too. He did send the seam, but I don't like those plays. Those little stick plays on 1st and 10. You got 3 routes that are running 3 yards from the line of scrimmage. You're sending 1 on a seam. You got to work downfield, and I would have liked to see Bomber in a game where you're down 27-0. What do you have to lose on 2nd and inches? Why aren't you taking a shot downfield?
Yeah, that's an opportunity. He had everybody in the box. That's when you audible out of what you're in and say, hey, here's our opportunity to go down the field.
Nice catch by Allen Robinson on the outside as the little short C route in between the zone, able to cut this down to a 3rd and 4. And stick with us, folks. We'll have our NBL Live Player of the Game here for broadcast number 195. We'll have that after the game, folks. I can guarantee if you're betting on Daniel Shirley to be Player of the Game, you're going to lose your bet. I'm telling you now, if you place that bet pregame, it's not going to work. As now a 3rd and 4, 2 high safety. He's switching out of it. You got 2 high safeties. You have a Newell running a skinny post, and you flip to a screen to the outside. Let's see how this works as he runs the little corner route screen that Lip has made so famous, and a big hit on the receiver on that corner route. I think that was a Newell. And they're going to be forced to settle for a field goal. Again, another play. I just don't know why you switch out of that. You had skinny post against 2 high safeties. That's a play I would keep running.
Yeah, he just doesn't really know what he wants. As is almost blocked. Is there some crazy wind here in Tennessee, and the kick looks like it's up and
no.
Is that no good? Did that bounce off the goalpost?
It was off. It was off the crossbar twice.
No way!
And
wow.
Never crossed it. Boy, this is one where if you're a Jaguars owner, player, and you were thinking about going out and buying a lottery ticket, don't do it. You're not going to win. This is not your day.
No, just send me half the money. Send me the money. I'll send you half of it back. You'll have half the loss.
Yeah, 1st and 10, handoff up the middle to Derrick Henry into the game. Truck and goes left and right, but up to the 46-yard line, 4-8, and counting. WSU Cougs saying, can we get Bad Day by Daniel Potter going on here? First of all, it's Daniel Powder. Second of all, no, it's not 2002. I still have nightmares about that song. Wow, horrible. Yeah, where is Porter? He was here for a second.
The NBL championship belt. I mean, can we put something on the screen somebody would want to see? Is that somewhere within reach?
I think so. We'll call this, sit tight for a second. Hold on, let's see what we got.
Here we go. Strong formation handoff. Derrick Henry up the middle, nowhere to go. It's going to be 3rd down here for the Tennessee Titans, up 27-0. Now you have to ask yourself a question. We want to run it up on these Jacksonville Jaguars, or do we want to play nice? I think they're going to continue to drive the ball down the field because, why not? It's 27-0. You still can pick up 1st downs in the NBL. Can't milk clock till under 2 minutes. Here's Mariota's opportunity to get the ball down the field. As the man goes in motion, it's Derrick Henry. He goes right to him. He ain't going to pick this up. As he gets down, picks up a few nice little safe throw. 14 for 18, $160, 2 interceptions for Mariota. Now, OSU asked us earlier if this looked like a good game. You're telling me 14 for 18 for $160. That's a game manager number. And 2 interceptions, and I'm supposed to be impressed with the Tennessee Titans? Absolutely not. Not when they're going to have to go against high-powered vertical offense of the Pittsburgh Steelers and that ground and pound offense as a big hit on special teams. Are you kidding me? They just don't stop playing, beating them on all 3 facets of the game. Where did OSU put this championship belt? I sure would like to know. Big shout out to Porter in the chat. The participation guru still has it going on. Guys, what's the chances you think the Jacksonville Jaguars can drive 98 yards and score?
0.
And it almost was a pick 6 right there, as it looked like he hard flatted against a drag. We got the belt? OSU still looking for the belt?
We got the belt.
Oh, we got it? Where do you keep this? Do you keep it down in the dungeon with Harry Potter?
No, it was behind.
Where was this belt?
It was behind the green screen, so it's very hard to go get the belt without knocking over the green screen. Would be the big belt.
Okay.
It wouldn't have been good, but there's the belt. Here's what I'll say. I'm glad I haven't taken a black light to it because Kyle had it for a while. I'm a little scared to touch it with bare hands.
You got to glove up, and you don't know if that might be, that might be have some kind of criminal activity on it. It was with Kyle. We don't know what he was doing. And also, on the other side of the thing with Kyle, the flip side of that, the real scary side is B was open there as he does hit him a little bit late, but he holds onto the ball. I believe that's Marquise Lee. I think they re-signed him. They got him locked up for another couple seasons. This Jacksonville Jaguar offense hasn't looked good, but neither has the Titans. As you were away, Mariota's 14 for 18, has about $160 yards and 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. That's not a great game, and I don't think that gets you past the high-powered offenses in the AFC. I said this earlier, OSU, the Steelers, the Chargers, these are two teams that can put up a lot of numbers very differently, but still nonetheless putting up a lot of numbers, and I think that might be just too much and too overpowering for the Tennessee Titans.
First of all, Eric in the chat saying, who are you, Alexa Bliss, holding the title like that? Yes. If I could be Alexa Bliss, I'd be the happiest man in the world because she is amazing and one of the best performers in the WWE right now. But also, and again, you think about the Titans. I mean, they have...
Well, she has those assets,
She does. She is amazing. And from Columbus, by the way, so shout out to Columbus. I want to see OSU busted the green screen with the belt. If I ever get a new one, we are so doing like a... if I had more room, I'd love to... The one I would love to do is the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania when he had to run like 1.5 miles. It's just dun, 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 dun. I love that. But...
Bumping... How long do you think you could actually go running that Ultimate Warrior sprint?
Do we have like the at marathons where they're handing out Gatorade on the way? How many of those are along the way? Because I'm going to need a couple of those. That's the thing about this win. I mean, the Titans did what they had to do. You got to win who you play, and you got to beat the team in front of you. But, I mean, Vance has 3 touchdowns on the day, 1 from a 1 yard. That first drive was a real nice drive from Mariota. But since then, the offense hasn't been great. And Vance did get a touchdown on the monster poor defense by the Jacksonville Jaguars. They haven't done anything to show me that they're anything more than what... I guess Sonny's really proud of at this point, Bomber. A 10-16 that loses in the first round.
Yeah, and I don't even know. I mean, even at that point when they were at their peak, it just seemed like they were better than they are now. It seems like they've regressed a bit as a team, but I think this Vance guy might kind of open the offense up. If they can rely back on this running attack to get them going and take the ball out of Mariota's decision-making, they might have a chance here to kind of find their niche as a more power run team, but we're willing to take the shots down the field. And I think that might be their niche in the AFC. As the Chargers, they like to manage the game with Carson Wentz. They'll get them going early. They don't look for really many deep passes, even though historically they have some great moments throwing the ball deep. They're ground and pound. But I think that the Tennessee Titans could be a team that they will drive the ball down the field on you, but they're primarily a run team. I think that's where they could be at their best, and they have yet to kind of find that balance so far. But a 27-0 victory, NBL Live broadcast number 195. I mean, that right there is a point. This might be the point we look back and go, remember when they shut out the Jacksonville Jaguars, when we thought the Jaguars had a chance to win that division? It was kind of a turning point in their season.
Yep. That
could be their story if they do decide to go on a run.
Plus, it's just one of those where, a 27-0 win in the division. They tie up this division. They have another matchup with the Jaguars, which they got to be confident going into. And this is another time where in the AFC, winning that division, getting that first round bye sets you up for success. And the Titans look primed to do that, even though they might not have played their best game. The Jaguars really handed them a victory today as they win 27-0. Big shout out to all the people in the chat from Columbus, by the way. I didn't know how many we had, but I see a couple. It's time for NBL Live Player of the Game for broadcast number 195. Bomber. Bryant Vance was the only player that really stood out for me. I don't know if you have another one, maybe defensively for the Titans, but Bryant Vance, able to find the end zone 3 times. The only person who scored a touchdown in this game, his name was Bryant Vance, and he looks like a guy, as you said, Derrick Henry, they've never really seemed comfortable with, but Vance, it seems like this offense opens up with him at halfback.
Yeah, they like to go outside. They like to run outside. He likes to run on the edge. Vance with back-to-back 100-yard games. That's big for this kid. Virginia Tech University. He was a 5th-round pick, 5'11", 211 pounds. Many people question, his numbers in college. Is it because he didn't go to they weren't ranked high? This is a team that really just wasn't that impressive as a team. but he did have flashes of greatness in college. They went and picked him in the 5th round kind of as a sleeper pick.
Yep.
And, man, he's paying some dividends. I mean, this is going to be his third game, over 100 yards, his 4th game over 80. And I think this kid, with his 4, 5, 6, 7, and then that's his 10th touchdown on the season. He's having a very nice rookie season. Now, the only thing that concerns me with him is health. But for this game, he definitely is the player of the game for NBL Live Broadcast 195.
A big shout out to the rookie, Bryant Vance, your NBL Live player of the game for 195. And again, if you want to check out all of our player of the game selections, head over to our website, 365.maddenbomberleague.com. You can check it back all the way to broadcast number 1. It's a cool look back. By the way, final stat line of Daniel Shirley, 13 of 26, 134 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 33.2. By the way, that is a full 10 points lower than Arsenio Sapp, who currently is sitting there with 3 touchdowns and 28 interceptions. Not a good day for Mr. Daniel Shirley Bomber. We are heading in to the home stretch. So as you know, here on the NBL Network, all of our games now are determined based on playoff implications. This is a great time to be a subscriber, to be a follower here on the Twitch, twitch.tv/NBL Network, because, Bomber, this is when the best games of the season come down, and then we hit playoff time, and plus, we got that little deal we got over at EA every Saturday on the EA Twitch stream. It's going to be a huge last couple weeks of the season here in Season 30.
Absolutely. Really excited. We got a lot of news coming. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Bomber League. There's going to be a bunch of information we're giving about game times on that EA Madden NFL Twitch channel. So make sure you stay with us throughout this entire process. We're going to be on every Saturday. OSU said it multiple times. And then a back-to-back April 22nd and April 21st, April 22nd. And we'll have all those game times within probably about 72 hours from when that Saturday will occur. This one we know is going to be, 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be the kickoff for the game. So a lot of great stuff happening. April 14th, NBL Season 30 Super Bowl on the EA Madden NFL Twitch channel. I mean, I'm pumped, man. I'm ready to get this going.
It's a great time here for the NBL and for the entire CFM community. So if you're a fan, be sure to give us a sub, give us a follow, and at least tune in the next couple of Saturdays. But we'll have games throughout the week. You don't want to miss out as we head down to the end of Season 30, working toward Broadcast 200 and Season 31. For my co-host, Bomber, I'm OSU. Once again, your final score today, the Tennessee Titans skunking the Jacksonville Jaguars 27-0. We'll see you next time here for Week 14 action right here on NBL Live.